welcome to the last part of the Dutch Colonial speed build. So as promised, I'm trying my best to get this part out this week, which is the week from, let me just quickly open my calendar, that way I don't mess up, from the 13th to the 19th of December. So I'm trying my best to get this video out, and I think it will be out on Saturday. So to those watching, when it comes out, happy Saturday to you guys, and to those who are watching later, well, just, you know, happy whatever day it is. But yeah, in this part, I'll be basically working on the entire second floor, as that's the only part of the build that I haven't posted yet. And that will be it with this build. And of course, I still have more to post, which is the last two parts of the modern farmhouse. I think those parts are going to include the second floor of the build as well. So we're kind of nearing the end of all of the builds that I was posting, and I cannot wait to move on to other ones. Well, when it comes to building, I already have, of course, but I kind of want to record voiceovers for those builds, you know, talk about them a little bit more, but of course I'll still try to stick to this one with this voiceover, and you know, with the other two that I'll be recording later this week or next week. I still haven't fully planned it out, but as promised, those parts are definitely going to be out by the time Christmas comes, so you guys have nothing to worry about. I can promise that it will be out, and I know this time that I can actually promise because, well, yeah, I'll do anything in my power to get them out, and I mean, it's just 2 videos, really. I think I'm sure I'll be able to find an hour or 2 to record the other voiceovers, but maybe I should stop talking about it. Anyway, I should probably get to the build a bit, shouldn't I? But as you have probably noticed, there are only 2 bedrooms in this house, and both of them are, well, they're not the biggest, but they're like okay size. But let me tell you, the first time I did the floor plan, they were so tiny, and there were 3 bedrooms, not 2. So I don't know what I was thinking. They were like 2 by 3 tiles small, which is tiny. Like, honestly, you'd walk into the bedroom and you think it's a micro apartment. That's how small it was. And well, you don't want that in your house, no, do you? No, you don't. So I was just like, okay, let me work something out. And I decided it's better to have 2 bigger bedrooms than 3, like, really smallish ones. And each bedroom has an ensuite, which is really good, obviously, because you don't have to share bathrooms, and sharing bathrooms sometimes can be so annoying. I haven't, like, tried it with RP, but, like, I know in real life sometimes it gets annoying, so I was just thinking about that. I was like, nah, I can work something out. And so, yeah, I made, like, a walk-in closet. Oh, and both of the rooms have walk-in closets, too. Wow. Yeah, but the other walk-in closet, it's, well, the master bedroom closet, it's a bit bigger. Obviously, it has some built-in storage, while the other one just has some shelving, instead of like a, you know, like a whole wardrobe with like cabinets and stuff. And right now you see me working on the hallway upstairs, which was such a pain to work on, because, well, with hallways, it's very hard to make them look good, especially if they're very small. You just really have to trust art to fix the entire situation, and that's what I did, like, you know, with this build, with that specific hallway, and it kind of did fix the situation. But I guess I wanted to do something interesting, but it's not like I really could. And, like, of course I could have left just the walls empty, but I did not want that, so it's just like, nah, let me do something, like, nice. And yeah, and here you can see me trying to cover up the railing sticking through the wall. I wish it would just cut off, but, like, I guess it makes sense for it to happen. I mean, yeah. Like, this house, it was a challenge to make all the rooms a decent size and make them fit. And right now you see me moving on to the master bedroom. The color scheme I went for this bedroom was like very blue and white. I read somewhere that blue, well, like, I didn't read it, I've heard it multiple times, that blue is like, it like associates with sleeping, so if you have that in your bedroom, it's like really good for you and it helps you sleep and stuff. So I was like, that's interesting. And I know that, like, there's this color combo with like really dark blue wainscoting and then like just some white wallpaper, and it's like, it looks really nice. So I was like, I could do that. And that's exactly what I actually went for. Personally, really, I don't know, I like how it turned out. I guess I just wished it was a bit bigger, but on the other hand, it's not much that I could have done. And I also wanted to divide the space into 2, because, well, you know, there was no office, so I was like, let me put that in my bedroom. So I decided to divide the spaces, just so you wouldn't have to see your computer or like just so you wouldn't have to see your bed while you're working. I mean, because you can just close the door and and it's like you're in another room, so it helps you focus and stuff. Because, for example, when I'm doing online school, especially at home, and like when I'm in my bed, or just not in my bed, but like in my bedroom on my computer, sometimes when I'm so tired, all I can think about is like, oh my god, I see my bed, like I could be sleeping and stuff, and it's not helpful. So I was like, okay, yeah, you probably don't want that when you're working, So when I was building this, I just kind of really thought about my own experiences and what I would like. So I was like, yeah, definitely, I definitely need to separate the spaces. And I guess those accordion doors were like a good way to separate them because, they match the entire house. There's already a few of them in the place. Well, obviously, there's one set downstairs, and I actually ended up using them again in the other bedroom, which was like a teen's bedroom. I usually go with like kid bedrooms, and I just wanted to switch things up, so I went for a teen's bedroom in this specific house. And I actually did like the way it turned out. I think it matches the vibe of the house again. I like saying the vibe of the house. I always say it, and I don't know why, but I just do. And yeah, I kept on using this wallpaper throughout the entire house. And I personally really like it because it's like, it's kind of contemporary and like it can change styles depending on the way you look at it, because it can look very contemporary, but then it can also look very old if you look at it from another direction. So I talked about this with my friend, Funz, and he was like, yeah, I kind of see it too. So it was kind of funny. I actually got the wallpaper from my friend Noki's inventory, but I think the code was put in. Usually, all the codes of decals that I use are not from my inventory. I put in the video, the codes. They're put in the video, and here's just me trying to find the right size for the bed. The bed basically took up the entire room, but I mean, that's kind of expected, But I kind of like how it looks. But it was painful to like make it nice, and I don't know, like, I guess I did a fine job. It could have been better, but it's really not horrible. And yeah, here's just me trying to match the height of the sleeping bags, because what I like to do when I really want to make like a custom bed frame, I just use sleeping bags, to make it possible. Because technically they're very thin, and like you can still sleep in them, so that makes the bed functional, and that's just very nice. And yeah, here you can see me trying to work on the blanket. Blankets are so hard to model, like I don't know how you would do it in Blender, because I see some people modeling like actual blankets on Blender. I'm like, how do you do that? Because when I try to model things in Blender, I basically have a Blender class. I think I've mentioned this in the last voiceover. I'm finally done with it, but it was like a fun experience. But like modeling entire blankets or curtains, that sounds so painful because of how much work you have to put into them to make them look realistic and stuff. Like I couldn't do it. I honestly couldn't. Yeah, and what I like to do in Bloxburg to give off that blanket effect is to use structurals. Sometimes it works, sometimes it really doesn't. I guess it really just depends on the way you do it. I am not the best when it comes to it, so mine don't always turn out looking nice. Sometimes I just give up. But I guess I really didn't with this bed. I still kept most of the blanket, most of the blanket effect I was trying to do. Is that how you even say it? I was just basically trying to keep the blanket, what's the word now? I really don't even know how to say my own language. So it's like the blanket just hanging on the sides of the bed. It looks a certain way. I was trying to recreate it, and well, it didn't necessarily. In my opinion, I don't think it worked out really. And I realized that when I did the pillows, that they were as tall as the headboard, which I wanted to maybe not have it like that. So then I decided to just raise the headboard a bit, and yeah, that's how I basically just kept it. And yeah, I wish we had like more table nightstand lamps, or just like, side table lamps that we could use in Bloxburg, because right now the current amount is a bit limited, we don't always get to choose them. And here you can also see me try to mess with paintings a bit. I didn't want to have like a huge painting above the bed. I just wanted to have something more interesting. But later in the end, yeah, this tactic didn't work out, so I just ended up giving up and just doing a random painting. And I guess it doesn't look horrible, but it could be better. It could be better, and yeah, this bedroom isn't my favorite master bedroom I made, but I think it matches the house. And I did, as well as I could, I guess. I did my best, and I was like, okay, this is probably good enough to post, so now you're seeing it. But anyway, while I'm working on the bedroom, I thought I could talk about some other things. For example, this very cool publicity stunt, I guess. I don't think it's cool, although I do think it's cool partially. I think it's very smart of what this person did. I'm sure that some of you have TikTok, and those who do, there's this influencer kind of person. I don't know who they really are. That's the point. But there's this person, Brooklyn, and they made like a song, My Crown, and everyone was like hating on her, saying that the song's really horrible and stuff, and that she has no career in music, and they were just purely bullying her, which is so wrong. But like, anyway, they were like saying, "Oh, Dixie, come back" and stuff, hinting that like it's already it's not even as bad as Dixie's music. It's actually worse. I really don't like. I don't know. To be fair, when it comes to music, I think we all like different stuff, and if you like something that others don't, that's completely fine. But anyway, the song, like the whole hate train, it was going on for like 2 weeks for Brooklyn, which it was, well, that's not very nice. But turns out it was like satire the entire time, and she was never serious about the song. And there were like a couple of people who fell for the whole publicity stunt, and like I saw some people saying, "Oh, this is just a publicity stunt, like y'all watch," and it actually was. And I don't know, I found that so cool. Like, it's such a good way to market, to market your brand. And I just was like, wow, that's actually so smart, because she made everyone, I'd never heard of that girl before, I just heard about her because of the song. And now it turns out that the song was never like a real thing, and now people actually know her, It's like a great way to get others to know you, I guess. And it was like a very smart move on her side. But like, I'm sure some of you have heard of Brooklyn and the whole thing that was happening on TikTok. Personally, to me, I don't know, it was like so weird. I wasn't the fan of the song, so like I understood why people disliked it and stuff. But yeah, I mean, I guess that's kind of cool that it was never like real. And like, I kind of saw that happening, to be fair. I think I did. So I wasn't that shocked to find out, but I was like, oh, like that happened. And I'm sure this is not like the first time this has happened, but it's a really good way to market yourself. And now, like, I'm the perfect example. I've never heard of her, but now after the thing, I do know who she is. And I guess it's good publicity for her. And from what I know, that person, they're not even that, like, they're only 17. So it's very impressive of her, of them to do something like that. And yeah, I don't know. I think they're gonna come a long way. I really do think they're gonna come a long way. But why are we talking? Why did I talk? Why did I start talking about TikTokers? It's just, I thought it was just like a cool thing that I thought I might share because I found it interesting that this happened. But as you can see, I finished up with the bed. And I don't remember if I'm gonna change the color scheme anymore. This build is really, I don't even fully remember how the bedroom, like what colors I used and what textures. I think it looks as it should. I think it does as it should. Why am I so confused? But yeah, this is just, I don't know. It's very cramped, I guess, but it's not like I really did have much of a choice. I didn't have much freedom, so yeah, I just went with what I could. But I think it's now time that I move on to the office, since I'm done with the rest of the bedroom. Well, not the rest of the bedroom, clearly, because the office isn't done, but the other part of the bedroom. And I think I made a custom desk because I don't know, I really wanted to put a desk sideways. I think that's like a very interesting design look. I was just like, wait, I could actually do that. And of course, I made an iMac. I started noticing that when it comes to computers, I always make custom iMacs now, and honestly, I kind of like that. I love Macs, obviously. Like, I have one in real life. I'm currently recording this on the Mac, but like, I just love the way they look, and they look so aesthetic, and like, when you're used to the whole, software. It's easy to use, and personally, I don't see myself switching to a Windows PC. I don't know, because I've always had like a Mac computer and like a PlayStation for other games and stuff. And I was actually thinking about getting a PS5 not that long ago, but I think I'll probably just wait around until I see like a really good game coming out, which I actually really want to play. Because I saw this one game that I really liked that I thought was very realistic, and I cannot wait to see what other games come out. But it's the Matrix game. I saw the demo of it and I thought it was so cool. The crash physics, they're so good, and the game looks so real. So like I can only imagine what, any other realistic games would look like. For example, GTA or stuff. Like I think it's gonna look actually really, really cool. So yeah, I guess we'll have to wait and see, and we're gonna find out most of the things in the extremely near future. But to me, I guess I can mention this. To me, it's like so weird. It's already 2022. Sometimes it feels like I'm living in, I don't know, 2019 still. Like I can't even believe how quickly this year has gone by, and a lot of amazing things have happened during it. And it's just, I'm so thankful for everything, and like I cannot wait to see what happens next year, I'm actually kind of looking forward to next year to see what happens. And I hope that you are too, I don't know, anything can really happen. So, and I wonder how you guys are going to celebrate your New Year. So if you already know, make sure to let everyone know in the comments. Maybe some of you will probably end up doing similar things, which, it's fun to share your experiences, I guess. Personally, I've planned out my New Year's. I've planned out to spend my New Year's with friends. We're gonna have a very fun time, and I'm actually very excited to do that. It's actually my first time spending New Year's with my friends, but like I definitely have a feeling it'll be very fun. And if I have any stories, I'll definitely share them with you guys. I think it will be very fun, and I hope that you will spend your New Year's having just as much fun. But yeah. Getting back to the build just a second, I really wanted to mention this because my friends and I were laughing out of this. This chair is so Cricut, and I honestly tried to hide it as much as possible. I mean, I'm pointing it out now, but like I think it's funny. It's so Cricut. It's like no matter what direction you look at it, it's just Cricut. It's so Cricut. It's so bad. Like how did I was a bit too lazy when I was working on that, so honestly, that's my own fault, but it looks so Cricut. It looks so Usually when things are Cricut, they really bother me, so I never try to do that with in my own builds. But with just chair, I just think I gave up. I literally just gave up. And I reused the same fireplace from the living room because like just why not? Why not? I found a way to reduce the amount of work I had to do. So it's just like, yeah, let me use the opportunity. I had an opportunity and I took it. Wait, let me take the opportunity. What? Exactly. Anyway. What am I saying? There's a lot of background noise, so if you do hear anything, I'll try to speak as loud as possible, that way you guys don't hear anything. But if you do hear something, I'm so sorry. It's just everyone decided to do things right when I started recording, which is, it's okay, it happens, but it's just, I'm so sorry. I would record this later, but honestly, this is the only time when I'll be able to record a video for you guys, so I'm trying my best to make sure I get everything done as I should, and yeah. But anyway, here just see me painting the fireplace. I don't know if I changed the color of it. I remember just not being sure about the color scheme. And I tried to make this bedroom look as nice as possible. And I also wanted to add trees on the front sidewalk of this house. Because it's just like, I thought it matched the neighborhood vibe. So I was like, let me just do it. And well, I did. And do I regret it? Absolutely not. I think it actually did add like a lot of, like it looks really nice. In my opinion, it does. And yeah, the sounds in the background, they're so loud. Stop. I actually stopped recording for a second just so all the loud sounds stopped, and I think they have stopped for a second, so that's really good that I'm gonna have a break, and you guys are gonna have a break from those sounds as well. But I was looking at the footage, and I think I just was in a random mood to work on something outside. I know that's pretty like funny, but yeah, I was just in a random mood to work on something outside. That's exactly what I did. And I also, what I did with the frames in the doors, as you can see, is I basically added structurals on both sides, And I think it gives off that realism vibe, and of course, it doesn't mess up anything on the room itself, you know, because on one side, the structures are one color, and then on the other, they're another. And I mean, I see that everywhere with like doors, for example. How, you know, the doors are different colors, like the door actually changes colors, looking at it from like different rooms, you know, so like in the bedroom it would be one color, and then in the hallway it would be another, so it matches like the aesthetic of the room, which I think is like, I wish we could do that with Bloxburg doors, whether we could like, you know, change the color of both sides. Or like, for example, with front doors even, you know, because not all front doors, like for example, you have a red front door and you want to have that red on the outside, but maybe you want white on the inside. And I wish we had that option, but I was happy that like I made something similar with framing, because, you know, like it's blue on one side and white on the other. Yeah, like that way it didn't mess up anything on the closet. Neither did it mess up anything on the bedroom, right? Is that right? Did I say it right? Anyway, here you can see me making custom bags. I've always said this, but I think it's really important to have like custom clothes or stuff in your walk-in closets, because then it just adds that type of like that vibe of realism, you know. And even on Bloxburg, it's like you put in clothes just like you would in real life. For example, I spend so long cleaning my closet or like just reorganizing. That's why I always put it off, because sometimes it is so tiring. But you know, it's kind of just like real life. I don't know, you put in a bunch of clothes and you just gotta make it work. Like, I mean, you know, you gotta put it all in. It's a lot of work. It is a lot of work. And that's why I hate cleaning my closets. Like, I don't know. The last time I did it, yeah, it was a bit tiring. I mean, even now, I keep my clothes on just a single rack instead of having it clean in the closet, which is so bad that I do this. But I do because I'm just lazy to clean it up, honestly. And I really need to get to it, and maybe one day I will. Or maybe not one day, I will get to it eventually. It's just... It's important to have your closet clean, and mine really isn't right now, so... Oh, that's so funny though, because it is really messy. And yeah, like at one point, the whole rack, it was like the amount of clothes, there were so many clothes that the rack would keep on falling apart because it couldn't handle the weight of all the clothes. So, because honestly, it's like the rack from a single rack from IKEA, like for you to hold like a coat or two, and I just basically put my whole closet onto that one rack. Like, I mean, not literally the closet, but just like my clothes, all my clothes that I had in my closet. So yeah, I mean, what I do when I wear clothes is I try to switch up outfits every week, or like every day. Like I don't know, I always want to come in with new clothes, so I try to switch things up. So I try to wear everything that I do have in the closet. That way I make the most of it, and it's not just one outfit that I just keep on repeating every day, which is, obviously there's nothing wrong with repeating outfits. It's just, I personally prefer to just change up outfits, because I feel better that way, you know, you guys probably, well, maybe you do, maybe you do, and maybe you don't, and if you don't understand that, it's completely fine, and if you do, well, that's great as well. But yeah, here you can see me coloring the closet. I remember struggling to find the right color for the dresser, because, I don't know, I wanted to go with a blue first, but I think I switched it up to a green. And I just really wanted to add a lot of color on the interior with this house, because it's like the perfect style for color, if you know what I mean. I mean, there's, you know, because you can use greens, you can use blues, you can use whites, you can use beige colors, you can use basically anything as long as you make it work. I mean, I guess it's like that with any color, but you know, some styles are more like limited to certain color schemes, but with this one you have a lot more freedom, which is why I had a lot of fun working on it. And I really barely do green kitchens, and I just went for this lighter shade that I usually never do. And I'm honestly really glad that I did do it. And here you can see me just working on the closet. And for example, with closets, it's really fun organizing all the colors, because you can like come up with different clothes you might want to recreate, and you can just color them, those colors and stuff. At least that's what I wanted to do with shoes. Like I was looking at a lot of like Nike products when it comes to shoes. I am personally obsessed with shoes. Let me tell you. Like I've always been, but it's just now when I have money, my own money to spend, I spend so much of it on clothes. And shoes, especially. Because shoes are just so cool. I love shoes so much. So yeah, I have like a few certain models that I have myself that I tried to do, and then I had some other ones that I might want to get in the near future. For example, recently I've been really obsessed with pine green Nike Jordans. I mean, so obsessed that I literally found them on Roblox and put them on my avatar, and I cannot stop wearing that specific fit because I just like it. And honestly, I know it's really, I don't know, like it's really close. It's something I like. That's really all. I guess we all like different stuff, and my obsession is clothes. Like I said, I treat school as a fashion show. I always want to look good, so it's just clothes help me do that, I guess. It's just fun to like scroll through different websites and see what you like, and they're like, oh, wait, I can wear this. Yeah. So I've been recently buying a lot of stuff from Zara, H&M, I guess, but my main store is Zara always. But their stuff is kind of expensive. Like sometimes it's expensive, but I don't know. I guess I buy their clothes because they fit me really well. Like the size is actually accurate, too. Like they have my size for everything. Pants, sweaters and stuff, and I don't have to worry about them being too big or too small because, they have my size, which is really nice. But getting back to the build a bit, I'm almost done with working on this closet, and I think I'll be moving on to the master bathroom, which is not the biggest. Honestly, compared to other master bathrooms I've done before, this one's quite small. Like you can just see it for yourself. But what I do like about this master bathroom is the color that I went for it. I went for this blue, which I really like. It's not the first time I've done, I have blue in the bathroom, but it's the first time that I made it the main color, and like I had this blue wall paneling, which I really like. And honestly, yeah, I just really like how it all turned out. For example, we're just gonna see in a second the paneling. Honestly, I really do like how it turned out. I guess what I liked about it the most is the texture variation that I put in. How you can notice I used more than 3 different textures. I think it adds a lot of realism because when you have wood, it's never the same. Like each wood plank has a different pattern, and that's why I wanted to have it, because it would be a bit more realistic. And honestly, I was really happy with how it all turned out, and you're just gonna see it in just a second when I start doing it, and you're definitely gonna understand what I'm talking about. And I actually ended up changing the color of the dresser, but I think I made it green again. That's the problem, because I don't remember whether it was actually green or blue, but I remember it was like a colorful dresser and not like a wooden one. And then another thing that I really liked in this bathroom that I did do was obviously the sink. I made this custom one from Pinterest because I saw it and I really liked it, and I was like, wait, I actually need to put that in. And so I did, and I really like how it turned out, although it was a bit painful to make it actually work and make it look very clean. The chair in a master bedroom cannot relate, but the sink can, so that's all that matters. And yeah, here you can see me just putting in some marble as tile in the bathroom, near the bathtub, not in the bathroom. In the bathroom near the bathtub. And I think this is gonna be me actually starting to do the paneling. Yep. I use structural items, and then I think I also use basic shapes to make the gap between, the wall and the plank, not the plank, the beam, not as big. And it did help, so you're just gonna see it all happen in just a second. I remember struggling a bit with the planks above the door, as I still wanted them, and it would have looked a bit odd if there weren't any. So I somehow figured it out, and yeah, here you can see me trying to fix the situation. I think I did eventually fix it all. I really like how the master bedroom ended up turning out, but it was just another struggle that I had was taking pictures of it because, oh my god, don't even get me started. It's so small, it's so hard to get any good angles, and I usually, for good pictures, you need a big room. That way you can mess around with the focal length, and so you could zoom in and focus on different things. It's just, oh my god, no. One thing that Bloxburg really has taught me is how to take pictures of different spaces and homes and stuff. Like, thanks to Bloxburg, I know how to take pictures of living rooms and stuff. So, you know, if architecture does not work out for me, I have another job that I could do, which is take pictures of the interior, like, of just real estate and stuff. Wouldn't that be cool? That would be kind of cool. I mean, I've always been kind of into photography, which is like a fun fact of mine. Since I grew up in the city, that's like very. We have like a lot of old architecture where I live, so it's very fun to just sometimes go out to the city and take pictures of everything. Um, so I guess I do live in a really good place for like everything. For those wondering, I am from Lithuania, and we have like a lot of different old cities with old towns and stuff. And each city has its own. And yeah, I just happen to live in one of those cities. And yeah, it's really cool. Like I love where I live so much. And it's also extremely nice to just go out and like take pictures and have them actually come out very cool. And yeah, and here you can see me start working on the sink, and as well. Well, I finished the paneling. So the paneling, like I said, I really do love how it turned out. I think it's my favorite part about that whole room, and probably one of my favorite parts upstairs in general. And then here's the sink. As you can see, I was struggling really hard to do it, but I mean, it could be worse, No, I don't hate it. Like I said before, if I don't like something, I'm just not gonna post it. And well, you guys are seeing this, so that means I did like what I do. What I did. What is wrong with me? I cannot. Sometimes my English just stops working, and instead of cutting it out, I'm just gonna be like, oh my god, my English is not making sense. Which is okay. Maybe I don't know. Actually, this is like a question. Do you guys like seeing me mess up? Or would you prefer for me to cut out most of stuff like this? Because I don't know. Like, I just never bother, but maybe some people get annoyed by it. So if you do, please let me know. I'd love to know I'd love to get some feedback, honestly. But getting back to the build, we have the sink. And it's kind of interesting because technically it's a double sink, but then I made it a single sink, and like the faucet is shifted towards one direction, which technically you never really see. So like I don't know if it's cool or not, but then I thought that it was, so I kept it, and now I'm just looking at it, I'm like, okay, should I have done that? Should I not? But what I do like a lot is like I added some structurals which I think really made the sink look like detailed. So I'm honestly interested in hearing what you guys think about it. And yeah, maybe you're gonna use it in your own house if you like it. But yeah, and then I try to add some mini baskets under the sink itself, like on the bottom shelf. And then I of course added like a small mirror and a toilet. And I saw my friend Noki do this very cool thing with decor above like toilets or like next to toilets, which is to just add a toilet paper roll. Like that's so realistic, and it's honestly really easy to make as well. You just use the basic shape. What is it called again? Let me see what I used. Well, you're just gonna see in just a second. I think I used. Oh my god, I forgot the name of the shape. That is so embarrassing. Okay, but it's the round shape. Oh my god, I completely forgot. How did I? What is it called now? It literally slipped my mind. But here you can see me putting in the mirror decal. Before we had a lot more mirror decals, and now Roblox kind of removed most of them. So yeah, and so I just gave up and I just uploaded my own mirror decal. But I think once I'm done with this room, I'm gonna move on to the bedroom, the last bedroom or the second bedroom in this house, which is like a teen's bedroom. Like I said, I didn't want to do another kid's bedroom, so instead I went for like a teen's bedroom. I think it was like a cool idea. I don't know, like I just thought it was cool. And I also added this flower bouquet on like a small table because it's just like, okay, you need something in that corner. So, just add a flower bouquet if you need to add something in the corner. And like most of the time it makes sense. On rare occasions it doesn't, but I think it did here. And you can also see me replacing the floor. I think I also quickly changed the color of the ceiling on those two floors before I did anything else, and I added these small baskets. And yeah, and then I think I'm gonna actually move on to just decorating, adding small decorations and stuff. I also love doing bathtubs with these like kind of bridges. It's not actually called a bridge. I don't know the technical term for it, but it's just basically a plank going over the bathroom so you could place, I don't know, candles or anything you might want to eat in the bathtub, which no one does that, I don't think. I personally don't do it. Actually, I'm not even the bathtub person. Like, I can't even tell you the last time I filled up my bathtub, and like instead I just use showers, because showers are much quicker, and you know, I don't know. I like to think that I don't have enough time for bathtubs, which is true. And here you can see me just adding this like aesthetic soap, you know, because usually there's this like very nice Pinterest kind of soap. It looks Pinteresty, you know, like the black and white. And then you can also see me place some maple syrup. So before you say anything, just imagine it's not maple syrup. Just imagine it's, I don't know, some soap, some shower gel, you know, just it's not maple syrup. It depends on how you see it, you know? It depends on how you see it. And I see it as shower gel or something but syrup. So please don't, just don't say anything about it. If you have something to say in comments, just don't. But yeah, I think that's gonna be it with the bathroom. It was a bit hard to balance out the lighting, but in the end, I think I like how it turned out. And yeah, you can also see me just doing the sink really quickly. And oh yeah, and also I added some blinds. Like I said, each like bedroom or bathroom has a blind, or like blinds, you know, depends on how many windows each room has. But each room has like its own blinds. That way you get some privacy. For example, if you're changing or something, you know, blinds are really important. So you wouldn't have any people like creeping out the window and looking at whatever you're doing. Like, no. And yeah, moving on to the teen's bedroom, you can see me doing just the regular wall trimming, and I went with this dark color for example, the master bedroom had a mix of white and dark stone gray, I think it was. No. This is smoky gray, I think. Yeah. And then this room is just entirely smoky gray. I guess not all of it, just like the walls. I was talking about the walls. And here you can see me making a custom bed, which I think this bed was even harder to make than the one in the master. I really don't know. Like, I mean, but I do like how it turned out. I think it looks pretty nice. I was also trying to make it like sort of traditional, and have like a nice bed frame and stuff, which I think I did a good enough job. Like I was just happy with it in the end, and I didn't want to make it like something too much, but obviously I just wanted to make it a nice bed. And instead of having the very big double bed, I combined just 2 regular beds to make one bigger one, but it is still smaller than the big double bed that we do have in the game. So I guess that's a tip for you as well. So when you see that the huge double bed doesn't fit in your room, instead of like just adding a single bed, you can instead, you know, have a smaller double bed by combining 2 smaller ones. But I think I'm gonna head out here today. Thank you to all who were listening, and of course I'll see you all in the next voiceover. I would have stayed for longer, but sadly I have to go and get ready for the day. But I'll definitely see you in the part 6 of Modern Farmhouse, which will be coming later next week, or maybe Sunday. But I feel like I'm probably going to schedule the video for Monday, so you're probably going to see this video on Saturday, and then I'll see you all on Monday then. But yeah, like I said, it was nice talking to you. Really, I was just talking to myself, but you know what I mean. So, and yeah, thank you all for listening, and I guess I will just see you all in the next video. Bye!
Hot mess up east side. Heard about me, it's all lies. If you want good, change your mind, yeah. Don't want to intimidate, but more than just conversate. Don't want it to be too late, yeah. Know that I'm not usually your type. Darling, there's no need to be. shy. See the curiosity in your eyes. Come a little closer, babe. I don't bite. You've been getting on my good side, and it's something that I can't hide, yeah. When I'm with you, I'm tongue-tied. I know you're not that dramatic, but I'm out of you, I'm an addict. I can't get enough, and I know that I'm not usually your type. Darling, there's no need to be shy. See the curiosity in your eyes. Come a little closer, babe. I don't bite. Before the party's over, won't you come a little closer, closer? We're looking at each other, feeling drunk but we're sober. Won't you come a little closer, closer? Know that I'm not usually your type. Darling, there's no need to be shy. See the curiosity in your eyes. Come a little closer, babe. I don't bite.
Was it something in my walk, how I talk, giving off the wrong energy? Was it something in my stride, too much pride, telling you to back down? Slowly, slowly you became my enemy. But you can't seem to get enough of me. So if this is the last time, I guess was walking in the dark until you came and turned a light on. And I don't wanna take the rain without the clear skies, and I don't wanna take the pain without love. I know you have to break a heart to start the healing. I know I'll never give you up, give you
junction when there's